We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show.
ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isa Crouch.
And this is...
Foreign Show!
On the foreign show.
What it do, ladies and gentlemen? This is That Foreign Show, TFS. I am Isaac Rakesh, joining you here today on ADR Networks, and we are activating your senses. All right, first things first, we're going to kick things off with saying this. We have a very special giveaway for you guys, all right, for you viewers of ADR Networks and all you fans who've been joining us over these episodes. We have a special giveaway that I think you're really going to enjoy, especially if you are a movie lover, all right? But before we get to that, we're going to kick things off with our Insider segment today. All right, in today's Insider segment, we want to talk about an event that is going on tonight actually, at 316 Central, all right? Now, shout out to DJ Ski High, all right? Now, this event is a collaborative event. You can see the poster over there, the band that you're looking at. They are called Campetos del Juju. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Campetos del Juju. All right, see, they look pretty interesting over there. And they're going to be doing some of their music, right? From what I know, it's like there's some African influence, some improvisation kind of style. So, it's going to be fun. Plus, we have on the ones and twos, DJ Ski High, all the way from New York. All right, this event is tonight at 316 Central. So, TFS family, if you like going out, having a good time, go and check these guys out. DJ Ski, shout out. We're going to be doing an event with him also. We made some announcements in the previous episode. All I want to say is go and check him out. All right. Now, that being said, today's episode, we have a very interesting episode, actually. An episode that is gonna pull a lot of heartstrings, I believe. All right. Now, I want to do it right, so let's do this. Today, we're gonna talk about homemakers, right? And we're gonna talk about people who actually, how would we say this? They choose to support their family, right, by taking care of the home. And now taking care of the home, I'm sure, as we will find out, and we talk to our guests today, right, there's a lot of things involved, right? You have to be the supportive structure to the whole family thing, right? And the family thing has got many moving parts. There's the kids, you got to get them all prepped and things like that. Then there's the husband and wife coming together, preparing food for the family, all these kind of moving parts, so many moving things. And to make things worse, if you are in a foreign country, it's even more challenging. So with that in mind, we're going to talk to our guest, Hirata. I think she's backstage right now. And she's going to be joining us, and she's going to be talking to us about her perspective on this thing that I mentioned, And it's very interesting. She's from Japan, all right? and actually spent some time with her at a farewell party for another friend a couple of days ago. Me and Celestine, right? And you was telling us that the part of Japan that she's from, and she's showing us some photos about just some photos about the area and like the surrounding, and it's just like it's so beautiful. We were like we stopped eating, we're like, you know, we have one of those.
Yes, so
We have one of those
hi.
pause moment.
Hi, how are
Hey,
you? How are you?
hello. Welcome to the foreign show.
So where are you at right now? Like she's on holiday. She's
Chilling.
vacationing, and like I know she went to Oaxaca. And then where are you right now?
I'm in Polanco now.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
back.
city.
Okay, I didn't realize. I thought you were still on holiday. Okay, cool. And how was your holiday? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was busy, but I enjoyed it. I went to like 10 cities in 12
Wow.
days, so it was kind of busy, but I
Oh my
explored
god. That
places
is
in Mexico.
It's quite a feat, right? Like
10 cities in 12 days. Okay, so let me ask you, do you remember the fifth or sixth city that you visit?
Yeah, of course I do. I went to Cancun and I went to Pink Lagoon in Los Colorados and
Ooh.
Oaxaca,
Wow. Oh, they're
Puebla,
all
Guanajuato, San Miguel,
so.
Tasco, and yeah, so
San Miguel de Allende is like they consider it a magic town, right? And then Oaxaca also is incredible. And then the Pink Lagoon. Oh my! I
Wow.
think you had a real treat.
yeah, I I did. I I could shop a lot of stuff, and I went to the
What do you buy?
I bought 10 of Mercado bags. Do you know
What's
Mercado bags?
Medical bags, you say?
Mercado.
Oh, Mercado bag.
Bolsas de Mercado.
Okay.
Okay.
Mercado. Okay.
For
Pretty popular in Japan, so I bought a lot.
Yeah. So like as like the theme of our show like today
yes.
is about like you being a homemaker, how your experience is like living overseas
Yes.
as a homemaker. Like I think it's interesting for us to discuss this whole situation, and like for other homemakers that are in Mexico as well, like so that they can think about it, like how to make the experience here in Mexico more fulfilling.
Yes, more fulfilling, because I think that's the point, right? It's
Uh-huh.
like anybody can just go to an Airbnb and just live your days, but like what we're talking about here is
Making a life.
making
Uh-huh,
an
and,
experience, right? So how is it for you, like in your experience? You
yeah, like how long have you been here, like in Mexico?
you wanna
I've
start
been
with that?
here in Mexico for 8 months.
Okay, you're very new.
Yeah, I'm kind of new here, but I used to live in Indonesia for 4 years.
Right. So you are not new to making a life overseas.
Yeah. So
Sama
it wasn't really.
Indonesia is
Yeah,
from our part of the world,
yeah.
so when we hear Indonesia, we feel some.
Represents
It's
like
kind
a little,
Yes.
yeah, kind of,
Sorry to cut you off. You please go ahead.
yeah.
It wasn't really hard for me to make a new life here in Mexico because I already had experience abroad. But in the first place, it was kind of hard. Even the even it was hard for me to find something I need to buy. There were
Okay.
market, grocery stores, and what else? Like hospitals and so on.
Yes, of course. Like for example, if when you were back in Indonesia, I'm sure there'll be a lot more like for Japanese cooking and right because it's still in Asia. But then here is like a complete other thing. Like you told me the other day, you have to order stuff in,
Oh
right?
wow, really?
Yeah, she orders some stuff in.
from
So you order
Japan.
directly from Japan, or how do you do it?
I we have an internet store uh, that can ship us Japanese products to Mexico.
Wow.
Mm.
So,
Could you share it with our audience? Like maybe a lot of people might want to try that.
but actually, I'm buying the stuff through the company, so I can't really share. But you can find on the internet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see. Like, I see.
It's a special deal.
yeah, it's a special
Yeah.
okay, it's not something for sharing, guys. Okay, so, but like besides that, then, you know all the like the supermarkets here, like the Asian supermarkets here, right? And you do sometimes go and try to get stuff
Mhm.
and everything.
Yeah.
And so for the people who, I mean, like, do you cook? How often do you cook, and what kind of stuff do you cook? And has it changed since you've been living here?
Um.
Good
Basically, I cook every day in weekdays, and I usually cook Japanese food for my husband, and
Mm.
I'm trying not to make him wants to go back to Japan because of the food.
Oh, there's a nice point. Like make him feel at home, right? Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to make him. It's like he's like in Japan.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that's one thing that I definitely think it's common for foreigners that like even though we are in a foreign country,
Yeah.
and we might want to experience the local culture and all that, but when it comes to the food, like or like on the daily basis, we still prefer our own. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
I
like
want to eat tacos every day. Like,
comfort, just something comfort,
Yeah.
like that you're familiar with, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like we can enjoy Mexican food, but it's not our daily consumption. Like yeah. So it's definitely something that
Mm.
I mean, maybe for some foreigners, they are cool with adapting to the food here, but in general, I would say us Asians like would still prefer Asian food. Yeah, we are quite
I see. I see what you mean. Okay.
yeah.
And also,
Especially for men, they prefer their own country's food.
Yeah. But Isaac, he's quite like Western. You give him like a burger, so he loves tortas. I'm sure he can eat tortas every day.
oh, the tortas, yeah.
Yeah.
Torta,
I think I'm more troublesome than Isaac. I think it's probably like if he's here without me, he might completely eat like all our Mexican friends.
Tacos every day.
No problem.
yeah, we adapt. We just flow.
Yeah. Yeah, but like okay, so besides like the food and stuff, like what hobbies do you have to in your day? Like let's like first get into
let's
like
get
what do
into
you
it,
do what do you do in a day?
Actually, um for now we have a lot of things to do and go out some places. But during the COVID time,
Mm.
we had to stay home every day.
So what do you do then? Like when you had to stay home?
I started playing the piano and sing songs.
What?
Oh,
You only
wow.
started during COVID, or
Yeah.
you learned it before?
I mean, I learned like for 2 years when I was a kid, but I restarted playing the piano while COVID.
Wow, and you're very good at the.
Yeah, we heard you on the piano. You got skills.
Yeah.
For sure. 2 years only. That's
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so during the COVID, you took the time to explore the instrument,
Yeah.
and
I did.
that which means the COVID time was productive for you
Productive.
because it gave you the
Yeah,
chance to.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
COVID
then
kind of valuable for me.
yeah, but did you feel
why was
cooped
it?
up? Did you feel like you were stuck at home and you like besides the like the positive points of learning the instrument more? Like,
Yeah.
did you feel more cooped up, stuck at home and all that?
Of course, I sometimes wanted to go out and hang out with my friends, but basically, I'm okay staying at home, so it wasn't a big deal. But many people were suffering with that.
Yeah, and for sure. And this topic for us also with the COVID, I mean, like, you know how people talk about it as being a reset, like
Mhm.
and they get to explore new things. In your case, it's an instrument,
Mhm.
and for some other people that we talk to, it's like the first time that they actually get a chance to slow down in their life and work,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
Mm.
And
yeah,
for you and your
And
family,
reflect on themselves, right?
and reflect on themselves. Yeah, although it was a forced thing. Like for yourself, did you experience something like that?
yeah. I did, but I was like, if we have time, we think like we have to go out and we have to do something, right? But
Mm.
in the COVID time, I didn't have to do anything. so, so after COVID, I feel like I still don't have to do anything if I don't want to, and I
Right.
can treat myself all the time, and I can do whatever I want, and I can enjoy my life myself.
Yeah, that's a very
That's a
good
very good,
point. It's a very
yeah,
good point. It's like post-COVID, we have a new way of seeing things
a
Yeah.
deeper appreciation and
of yourself.
of yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're more connected with you, what you want, and
Yeah.
it's like we got to meditate, like during
Yeah.
the COVID time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, you, and I think it's really cool. It's like this appreciation also makes you value your own time and what you
Mhm.
put your
Energy
energy
towards.
towards, right?
Mm. And
Yeah.
like this COVID period, you were in Indonesia, correct?
Hmm. Yeah.
Not here, right?
Not here in Indonesia.
And what was Indonesia like at that time? Like, could you go into like the shopping
The,
malls? Did they close early? What was happening
um,
for COVID?
they usually open later and close early. Open,
Okay.
yeah, and we could go into the shopping mall, but the lights were not on, and it was dark inside, and not many
Oh,
people were there.
that
Okay.
Mhm.
Very empty, basically, right?
Yeah, very empty.
And you were living in Jakarta,
Yeah,
so one of the busiest places in
in the world.
Indonesia.
Mhm.
In the world, yeah,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
But did you enjoy Indonesia? Like, were you like the whole time you were there? It was COVID, or in the beginning it was not yet.
In the beginning, it was not COVID, so
So you got to
Okay.
see pre and post COVID Indonesia.
In Indonesia,
yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
that's interesting.
Before COVID, it was so busy, and during the COVID, it was really silent. And there was there were terrible traffic there before COVID, but the traffic was gone once, and
Mm.
there were not so many people in the city, so it was kind of comfortable spending time there.
Right.
Yeah.
So usually there used to be a terrible numbers of people there, so
Right. So it's like a different experience, right? You see in the roads are calm, and then
Mhm.
like yeah, like I like Mexico was like that as well when we were here, and
Mhm.
like from always very packed. Like for example, my brother Carrick, he
Mhm.
got to experience the pyramid here.
Mhm.
Usually it's touristy, full of
Oh
people.
yeah,
The
yeah,
the Teotihuacan,
yeah.
Oh,
and
It's
yeah.
correct.
he actually managed to he went in the when he went in the COVID,
Mhm.
it was like empty, and he got like a lot of beautiful photos because of that. Like
Oh,
like one
yeah.
person, and
I
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
Yeah. That
So
was
like,
lucky for me. That same things happened to me. Like in Bali, there were not many people there, so I could, yeah, enjoy cities very much.
oh my God, if we talk
Yeah,
about Bali, it would be like, yeah,
Yeah, Bali is one of the.
Bali is like incredible, right? Like we
yeah.
always wanted to visit, but we've never.
Yes.
You should come with me.
Yeah, I know. When you go to Japan, then we should go with you, and then we should go to Asia
Yeah,
together after that, Southeast
yeah,
Asia.
and Singapore then next.
Yeah.
I want to visit
Yeah.
Singapore too.
Yes.
So let's get back on topic a little, just to like discuss the homemaker's point of view. So when you were in Indonesia,
Mhm.
like um let's do like your own personal comparisons, like when you were in Indonesia and then when you're in Mexico,
Mhm.
like as a homemaker, like how do you feel,
As a
like which
homemaker,
one is easier to make a happy life, like a fulfilling life?
Yeah.
which one you mean in Mexico or Indonesia?
Yeah, like maybe it's not really like which one is better, but it's more like your experiences there and your experiences here.
I felt like I was a housewife, more housewife in Indonesia
Okay.
because
That role is more like identified with, right, like
yeah,
in Asia, right, but here
mhm,
it's like it
it's
doesn't
different.
feel. Yeah, I get it,
Especially,
yeah.
especially now, now I'm hanging out with foreign people except Japanese. So I feel yeah, I feel like I'm not really a housewife now.
Yeah, like you're just like living here, you're experiencing Mexico, right? Just it's just like that. It's not like
Yeah,
there is
it's
there is a
more
job, right?
challenging and yeah. You
Hmm.
okay?
Yeah, I keep having a cough from when we met until now. Thank you
Hmm.
for asking. Yeah, don't worry, it's not COVID. I already checked.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
sorry.
traumatic.
So please continue.
Okay, and
Yeah, so Indonesia, you felt more like a housewife,
yeah,
and in Mexico, it's a whole different experience.
yeah, I had already whole different experiences. And in Indonesia, I used to hang out with Japanese people, and there were not foreign people who are who came to Indonesia by their own will. You know, they are asked by companies to
Mm.
go
Oh,
to
okay.
Indonesia, especially in
Mhm.
Jakarta. So we are kind of foreign people in Indonesia were kind of in similar situations, circumstances.
Mhm.
So we just hang out with only Japanese community,
Okay. So
and
it's like all of the families, you'll get together like a community,
mhm,
and you're saying it's mostly Japanese.
mostly Japanese.
Mm.
Right.
And we had a, we had a we all were experienced wives,
Hmm.
and we had the same like schedules on weekdays.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah,
Because of the company, right?
hmm but in Mexico, I started hanging out with foreign people and
Like
I
international.
international people, and I feel like and they all came to Mexico by their own will, right?
Yeah.
It's it's kind of totally different, and they come and
Yeah.
go, come and leave. And
You are referring to the fact that there are a lot of expats here that are like they're just working remotely, right? They're
yeah,
not attached to companies yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So more independent kind of
Hmm.
more
people who can come
So
independent
like
and
they
easily.
are working
more
and
flexible.
traveling kind of vibe going on.
Hmm
But
Hmm.
I think not just that. I also think it's because of vibe from Mexico itself. Like a
Yeah,
lot of people that come to Mexico
yeah,
actually say
that's
this,
true.
right? That there's always this feeling that there's something going on, and if you want to do something, there's always something going on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Mexico's
Even where
very
we live,
special. Yeah.
yeah, it's very special in that way. I'll give you guys an example. Like where we live in our condo over here,
Mm-hmm.
it's like one thing that's really refreshing is that once in a while the neighbors kind of allow each other to have a loud music kind of day. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
really?
Yeah, and it's just like nobody bothers each other. It's just like you want to blast it or whatever, do it, you know. And this kind of thing is like it's kind of it really stems from a community thing, you know. And yeah, and I also think a more it stems from a being tolerant of people kind of vibration, you know.
How about
Yeah.
in Japan?
Yeah.
Like, what until what time can you throw like
That's a
a
good question.
noisy party?
What's the cutoff?
We don't usually have parties at home, but I'd say 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, yeah, I actually thought it would be pretty early like that. But where do you guys go to party then? Where do you do your events? In the bars?
In the bars, and we just drink and chat in izakaya. It's a
Oh.
Japanese style bar. No, how do I say? Yeah.
Yeah, I read
Like a bar, right?
yeah, I read izakaya recently, like the description of what it means, but I forgot. So
Okay.
it's like it's not a restaurant, right? It's more like
not a
bar, right?
restaurant, just like a tapas bar.
Ah, okay.
Let me ask you this: do you like movies?
I sometimes watch movies, but not often.
Okay, I'm
Why?
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna choose this moment to drop
Uh-huh.
this thing that we are doing right now at TFS and ADR Networks. We have basically a giveaway, all right, for anybody,
Oh,
yourself or
okay.
anyone who's
Yeah.
watching the show. All right, so all you have to do is just follow us on Instagram.
Okay, yeah. First, you follow us, That Foreign Show, on Instagram, and of course, ADR Networks MX.
MX.
That is the tagline.
Yes.
I mean, sorry, that is the handle. And then you answer this question.
Yes, and then basically let us know, and we also want to find out from you
Yeah,
what
please participate.
what your answer is as well. Which cafe or restaurant do you feel most at home when you first arrive in Mexico City? So this is
And
something,
why?
and why?
That's the
And
important
why?
part. And why?
Like
This
home.
is
Yeah, like which cafe or restaurant, like when you first arrive, make you feel like you are
most comfortable.
comfortable.
Yeah.
And no, because you come to a foreign country and then you feel like you need a little getaway feeling, you know, like, no, sorry, not getaway is the complete wrong. It's like you need a center point, you know, like,
Yeah, like
somewhere-
a kind of like a just something familiar again.
Something
No, like
familiar.
we were talking about you were saying that guys or men in general, we like to eat the same thing or something. And I think I understand what you mean about that, because there we I guess with this familiar thing, sometimes you don't need to think, and even your standards are not. It might sound weird to people. For example, like we when we tell some of our friends we want to go get some coffee, you know, let's go get some coffee, and then our friends are like, sure, where do you want to go? And then we are like, Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know, and then our friends are like, what?
Because,
Starbucks.
Mexico is such good coffee, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oaxacan coffee,
Yeah,
Chiapas
Oaxacan,
coffee.
you know.
And all the coffee shops
all
are
the coffee,
so
yeah.
good, but we are like Starbucks because we. Okay,
Yeah.
so
There are lots of good
us-
coffee
We feel
spots,
comfortable.
Cordobes and stuff.
Yeah, and we love those too.
Yeah.
And we might pick those as well for our answer. But in general, we're not asking people to just pick what is familiar, but it's just really something individual. So we want to know the story. We want to hear what they have to say.
Yes,
and
but the
let's
Starbucks,
actually
the
get to
Starbucks.
the giveaway. what will you make? I mean, what will you win? You will win. We have 5 pairs of tickets from Cinepolis, so you get to watch any movie you want.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
And we're giving this away for free. So just drop us the answer to that question that we asked.
You have to drop it to ADR Networks MX Instagram inbox. Write down
inbox.
your answer to this question, and we will pick the winner.
So what is your answer, you, when you came here?
I feel like home.
For any reason, don't need to be Starbucks. Doesn't need to be a Japanese place. It could be like a
To be
vibe.
honest, Starbucks is one of the shop I feel like home.
Yeah.
Starbucks is right.
Starbucks is in
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's that it's like comfortable, things are comfortable there, the furniture or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, like you recognize everything. You know what is going on. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But this brings up an interesting thing also. I mean, like when we put ourselves first, our own comfort, sometimes it doesn't make sense to other people. But who cares up in this, right?
Who cares?
Yeah.
I feel comfortable in Starbucks. Who cares?
Exactly.
So then, I mean, like maybe for you, it also could be like a Japanese restaurant. I mean, not necessarily, but like something that the food tasted right or tasted like home. Or
I will recommend Sakanaya.
oh yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah,
You haven't gone.
Let me get my notebook.
Okay, let's go together. Yeah, Sakanaya.
For the Japanese
Let's
food,
go together.
Okay.
Their
wait,
fish is so
wait,
fresh and they're reasonable too.
Is it like as good priced as Ide?
Yeah, it's good.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's so cheap. We were talking about Ide the other day. Like feels like family home cooked food.
Really family vibes, right?
Yeah, and so cheap in Polanco. So incredible.
I know Ide is really good price.
Yeah. Sakanaya is also cheap, is it?
Sakanaya is not really expensive. I mean,
Okay.
they prepare like really fresh seafood. So
Wow.
I mean, I would say it's affordable.
Right. Okay.
The food is good. I mean, the price, like sometimes you just want something that feels great.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
get nice
We should go
vibes in the place.
together.
We should.
Back home, when we get Japanese food, it's like the seafood is a good size, and then the rice is, the nigiri, and then the seafood is on top properly. But like here, all the rolls.
Are you dissing the Mexican Japanese food?
I haven't gone to the dissing part.
Okay.
Okay, I hold back on the dissing. No, okay, I'm not dissing. It's like a whole other thing with the Mexican Japanese food. It's also
a
nice.
whole other palette, right?
It's a whole other palette. It's just that I really love the Japanese palette, the Japanese food palette. Like it's my favorite, like Japanese food.
Yeah, some of the things over here, like in the sushi and in the stuff, like for example, they put some mayonnaise with chipotle flavored mayonnaise and stuff, and
you like that, right?
It's not a taste that you usually find in a Japanese food, but it tastes
nice.
super delicious.
Yeah, I appreciate the Mexican Japanese food as well, but it was a shock for me the first time I tried it because it's
okay. Hold back. This way I'm gonna hold you back.
No, it's just that I'm a Japanese food lover, so like it was a shock for me. Like I wanted to have the proper wasabi with the soya sauce.
Like what you feel like you should get in a thing. Yeah, but okay, I gotta say this, right? On behalf of as a non-Japanese person, as non-Japanese people, we would like to say this: the thank you for being Japanese and having Japanese food.
Yeah, but I mean, I know we are like overly putting the.
No, because I have to say this because it's crazy. Japanese food. There's this whole other dimension to it that you honestly sometimes don't find in other kinds of food. And let me explain. Like presentation is visual, it's broken
Yeah.
down. It's like
And feels so light and healthy and tasty, and yeah, the taste is so special. Yeah.
yeah, and then of course we need burgers and all that on one side.
Mhm.
But for you guys, for Japanese
You need
people,
burgers on one side.
yeah, you need that. You need all that stuff. But then you need Japanese food and the way that they approach to it.
Yeah, to me, it's like you need.
You need it. Yeah, because
I
it's
really
like-
need. And for me, I can eat Japanese food every day. So if I live in Japan,
Yeah,
I
and
live in Japan, it's heaven.
like I don't know if there used to be this show on Singapore TV called Japan Hour.
Mhm.
I'm sure it's I don't
In
know if
Singapore,
if
yeah.
it's popular in Japan, but it's I don't know if I might be wrong, but it was airing like every day, all right, except for Saturdays and Sundays. So like 5 times a week,
Mhm.
1 hour episode where basically they just go around Japan trying different foods.
Yeah.
And so the variety, I mean, imagine the number of episodes in one season. And it was like concurrent seasons, So lots of different small things, small ideas, just like approach to how you present the food, and also to the experience with the customer, and the whole, even some the mystery of finding this certain kind of food, very special, all this kind of stuff. It's beautiful. It's part of Asian culture, and it comes from Japan. That kind of stuff.
I think you is a foodie as well, and I think that you is a very good cook. I haven't tried her cooking, but yeah, like the photos and the videos that I've seen. So do you really enjoy cooking and all that?
Yeah, I'm pretty enjoying cooking. Yeah, like yeah, I care about appearance, and I
Also, you do the whole thing. You it must be pretty and all that, right? I see all your videos and photos. It looks like
yeah,
that.
I love. I feel like it's kind of creative to cook.
It's an art.
Yeah,
Yes, of course.
so I'm
Yes, so
enjoying cooking, not just for my work, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, as my hobby.
that's
So I
great.
guess the next step now is just dinner, right? Dinner.
And then you cook, right?
And ladies and gentlemen, we let you know how it is.
So you right now, like, okay, let's get back, because you mentioned during the COVID, like you took up piano. I mean, you went deeper into learning piano, and then like, how about these days? Like, what do you do for hobby for a hobby?
Oh, in these days, I've been pretty busy, hanging out with friends and going to Spanish school. So I didn't really work on something, but I still play music with my friends in Mexico. And uh, in the first place, when I started playing the piano, I never thought I would. Uh, I thought it was kind of meaningless to play the piano, because it's just a hobby. But
Right.
but
And you
after I
don't
came
like
to
do
Mexico,
anything with it.
yeah, after I came to Mexico, I could make many friends through music, and through music, cooking, and workouts, and so it wasn't meaningless actually.
Like the jams that we've been having, and
Yeah.
it feels like like it's not just a social thing, but it really does something for, like, it makes you happy,
For your
right?
soul.
Yeah.
For your
Yeah.
soul.
Let me ask you this, like straight up, like, what do you think are like one of the main differences between Japanese culture and Mexican culture?
Main, um,
Yeah.
people are kind of insecure in Mexico. I know. I mean,
Okay.
for example, we promise about meeting time. We say, okay, let's see, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And sometimes they never show up, right?
Okay, right. I see what you mean. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
different in Asia. Yeah.
it's different in Asia.
So you said that you think it's because the people are more insecure here.
Yeah,
It's not insecure. I
maybe
think
not.
she meant.
It's not insecure, I guess. Or insecure.
It's
Not
More secure.
they're not committed to their word, like
Yeah,
as much as.
exactly. Like
Hmm.
It's a different culture, yeah.
they don't like.
And not everyone works that way too. Like there are a lot of people that are way more on time than me. For example, a lot of my Mexican friends are way more on time than
Yeah,
me.
Oh yeah, of
way
course.
more on time than me too.
Okay, so but what other differences like in maybe social differences like
Oh, social differences. Like,
oh it's cool if nothing if there's no impression that you have then that's cool. I mean
I mean the relation. I was feeling the relationships between families and novia and novia. They're so different from Japan.
Oh, like how can you
yes
In
expand?
please
Mexico,
please
they are very close and they hang out together all the time, and they they seems very close. But in Japan, we are kind of individual, even we are in family or in married,
okay
and we don't like kiss. We don't kiss in front of somebody in Japan,
okay
but Mexican always express their love in front of anyone. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
I was kind of surprised when I first saw their situation.
And how do you
how did
feel?
you yeah how did that make you feel
I first
no.
felt like kind of embarrassing.
You're not used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
I got used to it. And then I used to live in US for 10 months when I was young, but
Okay.
uh, it's more like the relationships are more closer in Mexico than US. I felt like.
Yeah,
Well, could
yeah.
you
We also feel that too. We lived in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like it did feel slightly colder, like in the relationships, like how they handle, how they talk.
so did you think that it's got something to do with I mean would you say Japanese people are also warm and loving, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but shown in a different way, probably. Yeah.
But we don't like do hug. We don't hug with
okay,
people. We don't kiss with people. Like the way of show our loves are kind of different.
so for yourself, being someone who has traveled out of Japan and spent time in different countries, do you feel like this new experience? Do you feel it actually adds to something positive to you, to yourself?
Yeah,
That maybe you can take back to Japan, or like what do you feel?
I feel it's positive, and I wanna like I was talking about texting love you when quit chatting, instead of saying goodbye.
Right.
And I felt like that is really loving and very nice. So I'm gonna text my friends when I go back to Japan that I love you all the time.
Oh,
Is it not common in Japan
I'm
to
sure.
do that?
Not really common in Japan. We don't even say I love you to our families
Mm.
in general. What about Chinese people? Do Chinese people say that?
No.
In Singapore, most families don't. Like, we are like Asian, but very Americanized as well. So
Yeah.
there are definitely families that do. Like my family, we do it. Like I always say love you to my family.
Oh.
But like it did take it is a little bit like it's definitely in general it's a little weird.
Yeah, and it's interesting to
Yeah.
think
What about
about that
Indian
also.
family? What about Indian family?
Indian families,
It really
let me
depends.
see. It really depends, but I mean, my family, I'm lucky, like my family is loving and they're not afraid to show each other, and
Yeah, we hug and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
so that part is,
Mhm.
and
But there are
Also,
layers. We do need to grow about it. Like there's definitely points where we feel uncomfortable. Like like with these topics also, like saying love you, saying and touching family, like to show love and all that. But like we have a different culture altogether. Like Singapore could be anything because we are very Western as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely we have, like for us,
Mhm.
myself and Celestine, like, and the groups of people that we used to chill with and stuff, like we always hug and kiss
Oh yeah,
our
yeah.
friends when we see,
Yeah,
just
we like us at least the other like Chinese and Indian families who speak mostly their own languages. Like we speak English, like there is a different culture, and we actually have the culture of kissing our friends, like in the European style. It's like 1, 2, 1 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
One
I've
side,
heard
one side,
that
one
you're
side.
like surrounded by
One.
international friends, so
Left, right, left, right.
left, right, left, and then there's once at a party we're doing one, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this girl from France, she said, "Oh, 3 times," you know what I mean?
One more, one
And
more.
Cool,
Yeah.
and no, but it's so interesting, this point about that you mentioned, right? That in
You, as in
Chinese,
you. Yes, right.
yes, there's some there's some power in that, like okay, like Chinese family or Asian families, we don't have this culture of actually saying I love you to the to the to each other, right?
Yeah,
Is
friends.
it really true?
I mean, it is not normal, like to for that. Like Asian parents usually show their love by doing things for you.
Doing things for you, right?
Like expressing in words
Or even
or
scolding
hugging.
sometimes.
It's more like Western, you know.
Right. Yes.
Of course, I'm being reductive.
No, but then also in a Western, if you're talking about Western thing, a mainstream Western thing, there's also this. No, actually, that's more of a Hollywood thing, where where it's popular to kind of like be ashamed of your family. When your parents drop you off at school, it's like, oh, mom, don't embarrass me, and all these kind of ideas. Like that's a whole other thing.
I mean, we are also like we live with our families. I mean, we are supposed to, but we did move out. But like we live with we're supposed to live with our parents until we get married. Yeah. Is it the same in Japan?
In Singapore, yeah.
Yeah. If you move out like before you are married, like your parents do not like it.
Oh, it's different from
Yeah.
in Japan.
Japan, when do you move out?
Like whenever they have to. Like we are of course we live with our parents when we are a child, but
Uh-huh.
after if we have to enter a high school far from our house, we're gonna go
So
back. Like
it's about the where you're studying, and then if the
yeah,
university might be in the states
mhm,
altogether. Yeah, no,
Mm.
I get it. But yeah, Singapore is very small,
and you don't
so
have to
there's
go
no.
out unless you're, you don't have to go out for schools, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like even the university, some students will live in the dorms, in the
Campus, yeah.
dormitories, but they are
Oh,
also still staying at home. It's like, yeah,
like weekends or okay. Oh,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
you used to live with your parents before.
Yes, but we did
Okay.
move out like before we got married. We did move out because we wanted to experience living
Oh,
on our
okay.
own and
Hmm.
stuff. But in general, you're supposed to live with your parents. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
Yes,
and
it's been
some parents will definitely find it unfilial to move out. Yeah,
yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, like
Oh,
that
I
they
see.
want to be emotionally
and they want to be close.
close,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing too.
Mhm.
Like it teaches some good values to the new generation, like of kids, like respecting your elders and things like that. That all this there's good stuff in everything. There's good stuff, and there's also undesirable conditionings, disharmonious ideas in everything as well, right? Like this thing that we're talking about, showing love to your family. And that forum show, we like to talk to people, or we talk about this subject of traveling and moving from one place to another.
Mm-hmm.
And from what we've seen over the episodes, like a lot of people like you actually experience a very positive feeling, a positive outcome when they travel and experience different cultures. So I think this would be a good point to actually recommend that people actually do something different.
Yeah, but like
Right?
specifically in Mexico, like because we find Mexico unique, and like the word we would use is surreal, like it.
So
And
that Dali quote, right? Salvador Dali said that he can't live in Mexico City because
it's more surreal than he is.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
but like do you have any opinions on this, like that, how Mexico is special, like in a manner of speaking?
How Mexico is special. Um, I see they are all artists.
They all
Maybe it's because you were hanging out with a lot of artists. I also had that feeling in the
did you say
beginning.
addicts?
Yeah,
Artists.
Artists. Oh right, artists, right, okay.
yeah, they
Yes. Okay.
have yeah, souls of arts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really had that impression too. Like the all of Mexico has this really different, like, creative vibe. Like when we came here, we saw people on the streets just doing whatever, and then they are very talented at what they do too. And
Mhm.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
definitely adds to the magic and the surrealism, and
Artist vibe for sure.
yeah,
Right?
I
since
totally get it.
since I still don't have many Mexican friends. I can't say like other things, but yeah, I feel like Mexico is a country of arts.
Yeah, wow.
And
So
well, given that now we have about 5 minutes left on the show,
Mhm.
uh, let's get into this kind of topics that maybe touch on kind of advice that you might have for
other
For
homemakers,
people
right,
like
right
me,
here, like
yeah,
you, yeah. Like, do you have
I
any ideas on like how to make
yeah,
living here like more meaningful for other homemakers around here?
yeah, I know many Japanese like to hang out with Japanese people, and
Hmm.
I feel it's easier and safe. but sometimes Mexico is a kind of challenging country, so you can go open your doors and hang out with international people and experience a lot of things that you've never done before. And even if you don't like Mexico and you want to stay at home, you don't have to judge yourself or deny yourself, and you can just spend time as you like. And
Such good advice.
yeah, and I'd say making ourselves happy is the most important things. And if you are happy,
Yes.
you can be really kind to other people, and you can help other people, and you can be nice.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful. It's so beautiful.
you have to be
Completely.
happy first, and you don't
Right.
have to be you don't have to care if even if someone judging you or denying you. It's
All
my
right.
advice.
Thank you so much.
Exactly.
We
Thank
have to
you.
we have to close up right now. And I just want to remind everyone again, we have the giveaway going on. Follow us, follow ADR Networks, and answer the question.
Answer the question.
It's going to be on our Instagram. The question is going to be on our Instagram. So just go on our Instagram.
Just send us a message on Instagram, basically answering.
Yeah,
the question
everything.
there.
Everything will be clear there. So thank you, and we're signing out. My name is Celestine Ejo.
I'm Isaac
And we
Rakesh.
have you, Hirata, with us. And we'll see you next week. Activating your senses.
What she said.
Entrando por tus oídos hasta llegar al centro de tus emociones, ADR Networks está en este momento
activando tus sentidos.
That orange show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show.